Because of Japan's relatively small size, they can do something very unique in that they can have a national championship for all sports in junior high school and high school in both group and individual sports. And it's something that's very important because many of these students go on to get selected to various national teams or various colleges that give them opportunities to get ahead going pro. But they do something very unique at the elementary school level in that they also have a national title for it. What you're seeing here is a regional game that is a legendary game from the area that I live in. And it went down to the wire and went into overtime. And you can see that it's very spirited, but this game teaches us a very important lesson that we should always remember. And it's reminded to us from a very popular song from a very popular group. In 1997, when the very popular movie Soul Food came out, a variety of very popular songs were also featured on the soundtrack, and the most popular was probably a song for Mama by Boyz II Men. And it was a song that celebrated the central position of their mothers in their lives and how they would not have accomplished what they did without her being so central to their lives. In my opinion, there was a more powerful song on the soundtrack by the Goody Mob called In Due Time. CeeLo starts his verse by saying, "Struggling's just a part of my day. Many obstacles have been placed in my way. I know the only reason that I make it through is because I never stop believing in you. Some people wonder why we're here in the first place. They can't believe because they ain't never seen your face. But even when you pray the next day, you gotta try. Can't wait for nobody to come down out the sky. You gotta realize that the world's a test. You can only do your best and let them do the rest. You got your life, you got your health, so quit procrastinating and push it yourself. You gotta realize that the world's a test. You can only do your best and let him do the rest. You got your life, you got your health, so quit procrastinating." In the chorus, "Just keep your faith in me. Don't act impatiently. You'll get where you need to be in due time. Even when things are slow, hold on and don't let go. I'll give you what I owe in due time." They say that comparison is the thief of joy, and in our society now, we measure people not just in success, but how quickly they achieve it. In a modern world where 50-50 was told to us as the goal, yet is rejected in modern dating, it can leave many young men feeling dejected and shamed. But what must be remembered is that success has its own timeline. Don't believe me? Julia Child, the world-famous cook, did not get her first cookbook published until she was 49 years old. Marvel fan? Stan Lee didn't have his first breakthrough until he was in his 40s. The 40s are a familiar time for an actor we all know too well in Samuel L. Jackson, who did not become an A-list actor until he reached his 40s. But there is a Japanese man that changed your life, and you didn't even know him. And his story is maybe the best late success story you've never heard. Ando Momofuku was born in 1910 to parents that were running a small kimono shop. He learned the ways of business from them, and by the age of 22, he founded a company that was very successful. However, his timing was very unfortunate because war came. And after the war, he noticed food became scarce in Japan and people were suffering from malnutrition. At the time, the Japanese government promoted meals from American surplus wheat consisting mainly of bread and biscuits, and he wondered if he could use the wheat a different way. In 1957, when he was 47 years old, his credit union went bankrupt and he lost everything. Instead of quitting, he doubled his efforts and invented something that changed the world. Ando knew people loved noodles. The problem was how to preserve them for a long time. When he discovered the process of instant oil heat drying on August 25th, 1958, little more than a year after he went bankrupt, he released the world's first chicken ramen. And he changed the world. In a time where young men are being shamed for not being able to pay 100% of the bills and do that at a very young age, say late 20s, early 30s, especially in a society that has legislated 50-50 and equality, these young men can feel a sense of not being successful, doing something wrong. And a story like Ando Momofuku is a reassuring one because he rode the roller coaster, successful at 22, war comes, his successful business fails, and then at the ripe age of 47, he makes an invention that changed not just Japan, but changed the world. And if you don't think it didn't change the world, the next time a natural disaster is coming to the place where you are, go look at the ramen aisle and see how much ramen noodles are left. And you'll understand that a 47-year-old man can change the world. About that basketball game. Unfortunately for young people today, they don't have the opportunity to encounter songs like these in pop culture that remind them that there are things more important than sexual gratification and basically just get rich now. A song like this one reminds us that our timetables vary based on a variety of things. It could be luck. It could be the right field at the right time. It could be the wrong field at the wrong time, the right company at the right time, the wrong company at the wrong time. Any host of things outside of our control can have a bearing on how quickly or slowly we reach our goals. And what's important is not necessarily how quickly you get there, but if you continue fighting, putting in the work to get to a place that maybe you have to ride a roller coaster before you get there. And in time, or should I say in due time, if you put in the work and you're conscientious of the world around you, you'll get there sooner or later. One of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of amateur sports is because young kids are not playing for money. They're not playing for fame or notoriety. They're playing because they love the sport. They love the game. And in this microcosm of life, which sports are, they learn things like teamwork and sacrifice and doing things for the greater good. And another thing that kids learn in this environment is to not quit. And one of the things that we need to remember as adults is that not quitting is a part of the game. It's a part of life. Keeping your mind right, being able to still be excited about life when things are not going the way that you want them to go is the recipe to success. There will be some people that will find success before you do. You can't control that part of it. What you can control is your attitude about where you are and where you're going, especially if you're a younger guy and you feel like you're behind and everyone is telling you if you're not in a certain position where you can't provide 100% of whatever, you're not a real man. It's not the way that life works. Life is a journey, and in due time, you will get to your destination if you put in the work. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.